This is a Minecraft clone running in my browser. Claude's new Fable 5 model built the entire thing from a one-line prompt in just one shot. Now, I'm not one to hype a newly released AI model, but Fable 5 is genuinely terrifying. And let me explain. Because I'm actually scared. For one, I'm scared for OpenAI because compared to Fable, GPT 5.5 feels like a high school project. And secondly, I genuinely can't imagine how many more people will lose their jobs to these new class of models. But having said that, Fable 5 does have its issues, and more on that later. So let's get into some of the tests over here. So this is the output from Opus 4.8, and you can see I tried to do this for another Islamic channel, essentially. And this is a verse in Arabic, but you can see it's actually botched the calligraphy with Opus 4.8. Other than that, like, the animations and all that are good, but nothing really to write home about. And this is what Fable 5 produced. Now the animation is a lot more crisp. You can see it's actually used a really good typography over here. It's legible and the transitions are really nice. But the best part is it's actually built me this little player over here in HTML. And I didn't even ask for it. Like, honestly, it just did the entire animation and then even built a player for me where I could like play and pause. Now, the next test I run on Opus 4.8 is this watch website. Now, essentially what this is a bunch of JavaScript libraries. Now, this is Three.js. So it does these all of the watch phase, the parts, everything is just programmatically created, right? But you can see the animation is kind of broken and the watch completely disappears over here. And when I scroll a little bit, and then you see the moving parts and all that. So it's all right, but it's not really production level code. And then this is what Fable 5 produced. And you can see the lighting and everything is just amazing. And again, all of this is just generated programmatically, right? And when I scroll, you can see how the watch just moves around in that 3D space. It's amazing. Like, it's actually kept all of the movement and everything true to the spec. And this is just, again, it's just a one-shot prompt. Like, it's not over and over sort of giving it codes and whatnot. This is just a one-shot prompt for a watch website with 3D moving assets, basically. And then I also created a game. Now, this is a 2D tank game that Opus 4.8 made. And just to give you a bit of an idea, so this is how you shoot. So essentially, it's like a turn-by-turn player game. I'm definitely horrible at this, though. So it's done okay. I mean, the physics are all right. The entire movement and everything is true to spec, so no complaints there. But you can see it's a bit stale maybe when you look at the background and when you look at the actual scenery. But then let's take a look at what Fable 5 made. And this is the game by Fable 5. And you can see okay. Now, this game has a lot more things going on. You see those moving clouds in the background, that sun over there. Even the particle physics and everything, well, I'm still rubbish, but the particle physics are pretty good. But one thing I've realized is that this AI or this opponent that Fable 5 created is a lot harder than the one that was created by Opus 4.8. So what I did was I did ask Fable why that's the case. And apparently the opponent AI that was created by Fable 5 is running 700 simulations before it even, 700 simulations, like obviously within its own engine, but it's running 700 simulations before it even fires a shot. So you can see why this is scary, right? Because imagine Fable 5 just attached to, I don't know, like a killer robot or like a drone. I mean, that's truly dystopian, but you can see where like it's doing all of these pre-calculations which the previous class models had no idea of. But we don't actually stop there, because I had Fable 5 make this Minecraft clone, and you can see it's just like one sentence. I asked it to build a 3D browser game based on Minecraft. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to click to play, and this is actually crazy. I mean, yeah, the mouse movements are, the WASD is a bit janky, but other than that, this is insane what it's done in just one sentence. So you can see I'm interacting with all of the world elements over here. I'm able to use my tools. It looks like Minecraft, but this is Blockcraft. I mean, and this is just one sentence, guys. And you can see like why these Mythos class models are just so scary, actually. And to be honest, like Fable 5 is a more gated version, is a more safeguarded version compared to the upcoming, Mythos class models, essentially. So there's no doubt that Fable 5 is amazing, but here comes the painful part, actually. Now, apart from everything Fable 5 can do, if you look at the cost over here for the Fable 5 high model for 1,000,000 tokens, this one's like $10 over here, right? Compared to Claude Opus 4.8, which is around $5 over here. Same thing for ChatGPT 5.5, which is again $5 over here, but it's twice the price. And you can see if you try to go for the max, it's even more expensive. That's like $20. But this double the cost does come with some amazing features, like this example over here, where Fable 5 literally beat Pokemon just visually, just looking at the screen. There's also a few other things where, Fable 5 is able to simulate the solar system and predict a solar eclipse. Now, this obviously goes towards those physics models and simulations. But honestly, for me, the most exciting part is drug design. What's amazing that it can accelerate the whole drug design process by about 10 times, which is amazing. So now if you consider that drugs take anywhere from 5 to 10 years from concept all the way up until FDA approval and release, now this is going to divide that entire timeline by 10 times essentially. So you can see it says here that the model executes all of the tasks that are normally completed by a scientist. And this is just scratching the surface of what these Mythos class models can do. Now, there's no doubt that the model is amazing. You can call it the Ferrari of AI models, but the problem is the 2x price tag. And it's only available till the 23rd of June. And after that, it comes under extra usage credits, which means it could cost about $100 just for running these 3 tests that I showed you. So in my own tests, I was halfway through test 2, and I got the dreaded usage limit warning. And this is on a Claude Max plan. So if you guys have been using Fable 5, then let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.